all about using technology effectively, and that's what the Securities and Exchange Commission is trying to do to improve equality in the capital market and also to reduce the growth of unclaimed dividend in the markets. The Commission has launched a portal that enables investors to check the status of E-Dividend registration. But let's get clarity on this from Henry Rollins, who is the Director, Market Development with the Securities and Exchange Commission. Welcome to the program.
Thank you very much, Harriet, and good morning, distinguished Nigerians.
Well, could you briefly explain to us the objective of this recently launched link on database of investors that are yet to be registered?
Yes, thank you very much. For all investors in the capital market, as you rightly explained, we desire to ensure that the proceeds of their investments in companies in Nigeria are paid to them electronically as against the former regime of issuance of warrant. The objective of the portal is that we have launched the electronic dividend registration since November 2015, and great efforts have been made and a great achievement has been recorded. However, we observed in the course of our monitoring as SEC that quite a number of investors are yet to key into the registration. And so what the SEC did was to collate the list of all yet unregistered investors in the Nigerian capital market, generate a database of all these unregistered investors, and launched a portal that will enable the investors to search for their names. If your name appears, then you have a mechanism within the portal to print or download the forms that will enable you to register. So it will facilitate.
But so far, how many people have actually registered on this platform? Between
the 1 year and 1 month or two that we started since November 2015, we have been able to register about 1.7 million investors.
Totally, because if already the Commission has an idea of those who are unregistered, how many do we have collectively that are supposed to be able to tap into this E-Dividend registration?
By the findings of the SEC thus far, and deriving from the collation of list of unregistered investors, which we received from registrar companies, we have about 6 million unregistered investors. And as you agree with me, this suggests that we need to double up. And this is why this portal became important. What we discovered, even some elite, we realized that most elites don't even remember that they have shares in certain companies. And so what this portal will do or does is once you type in your names, your first and last name, the search engine of this portal goes around the entire list across all the registrar companies to make available to you all the lists of your investments, including the ones you can't remember, and then makes provision for you to be able to print or download and the registration form right there on the portal. Such is what this does.
So apart from the fact that we would like to commend the Commission for taking this step, we also have to give a couple of knocks. Yes. You talked about the fact that we still have about 6 million unregistered, which means it's not popular. So why did the Commission have to wait this long before going ahead to introduce this new method where any investor can actually log in and find out if they have dividends hanging somewhere that belongs to them?
Yeah, the point remains that the SEC, as you will know, had made giant efforts before now. And then we keep reviewing the efforts and registration efforts. I will give example a corollary to that when we are registering the BVN. First, to be able to successfully register, we need to connect to the BVN validation portal. And we were able to successfully do that. Those were initial teethings that we had to go through. So we were able to overcome that as we speak now. The SEC has been able to get the registrar companies and the stockbrokers in the Nigeria capital market connected to the BVN validation portal. Those initial exercises had to be completed before we could governance. And in addition to all those efforts, the SEC has done roadshows and town hall meetings, trying to woo investors to recognize the importance of this electronic dividend registration that will enable them.
So now what does the Commission plan to do to make sure that investors are still aware that you can't go to the website to type in to find out if you have any, if you need to have this registered?
Yes, apart from the fact that it is already launched on our website, which is globally available, we have gone ahead today to do a newspaper publication. If you go to all the newspapers today, you will find out that the SEC has advertised this portal and how to access the portal. In addition to that, SEC is going collaborating any moment from now with all the major mobile network organizations in Nigeria to send short SMSs to all mobile carriers in Nigeria, such as some of the galvanized plans that the SEC intends to put. And that will be in addition to the public awareness campaigns that we intend to do.
But does it cost you anything to register on this platform?
Yeah, when you register on the electronic dividend platform, the individual investor pays 150 naira for a successful registration. However, it might surprise you and interest you to know that thus far, since we launched the registration exercise in November 2015, the SEC, as part of its development activities, have been underwriting the bills. So every investor that has registered thus far, and those that will still register going forward until June 30th, will be registering free of charge.
Oh, okay. Because I was wondering if it's going to be free all the way, especially since hosting a domain like that must cost the commission some money.
Yeah, the commission recognizes its responsibility as a market development agency.